In the headlines, Dominica holds national consultation on cannabis. Kingdom of Norway's ambassador presents credentials to Dominica's president, and the DVRP recommences a topographic survey. Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm Prisca Julien. Stay tuned for details of the headline stories and more coming up. Welcome back. Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Roosevelt SKERRIT believes it is important that there is an enlightened discussion on the issue of cannabis. The Honorable Prime Minister made the remark at the first national consultation on cannabis last Friday at the St. Alphonsus Parish Hall.
All of us do not agree on every subject matter on this issue, but that is all part of the dialogue and the conversation which we should have and need to have, so that we can come to certain conclusions as a nation on how do we approach the issue of marijuana and its various uses. But the fact is, we cannot be unmindful that the world's attitude towards marijuana has changed and is changing. And there are many who have been advocating for those changes for a very long time. And I think the time has come for there to be an enlightened conversation on the issue, on religious purposes, on medicinal purposes.
The Dominica leader says he is satisfied that consensus can be found on some matters which can be addressed immediately while dialogue continues on other aspects.
We should not allow the prosecution of individuals for small quantities and having that on the record for their lifetime. I believe that these are things that we can deal with almost immediately as a nation towards the changing of the legislation in respect to that. The issue of those who are recognized Rastafarians and who use the herb as part of their ritual and religious processes, I believe that we can find consensus on these things to allow for the Rastafarian movement to properly and legally, without any fear of persecution or prosecution, to be able to have access to this substance, to this herb in a responsible manner, without any fear of prosecution. So I think there's some things that we can find consensus on very, very easily, and we can move on. But there'll be other things I believe that will need some more time, for more consultation, more conversation, because with one action that we will take, there will be attendant issues which we have to address to allow it to function and to operate in a manner that is acceptable not to all, but to the majority.
In other news, President of Dominica, His Excellency Charles Savary, has commended the government of the Czech Republic for its willingness to foster cooperation with Dominica since diplomatic relations were established in 1996. His Excellency Savary made the remark last Friday as he received a letter of credence from the Czech Republic's new ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Vladimir Essenbrook.
I am pleased to note your country's commitment to explore avenues of cooperation in the areas of food production, renewable energy, waste management, public transportation, culture, and education. We welcome the sharing of solutions in these areas which are of interest to our society and our economy.
His Excellency the President also made special mention of the commendable work of the Czech Development Agency.
I note particularly that the Czech Development Agency focuses on reducing poverty, improving the quality of life and sustainable development in the world, and that Czech Aid has been dealing with these areas since the 1st of January 2018. Working closely with public administration, non-profit sector, universities and research institutions, and the private sector.
Ambassador of the Czech Republic to Dominica, His Excellency Vladimir Essenbrook, gave a further commitment to deepen the existing relations between Dominica and his country.
I think that despite the geographical distance that separates us, we can cooperate on many levels. I'm referring to exchange of individuals, exchange of knowledge and technologies. The Czech Republic has very developed technologies, especially in the field of waste management and renewable energy, and these are fields I think you might be interested in.
Meantime, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Norway to Dominica, Her Excellency Ingrid Molstad, presented her letters of credence to President of Dominica, His Excellency Charles Savary, last Wednesday. The new ambassador pledged to continue efforts to further strengthen ties between her country and Dominica.
As Norway's ambassador to Dominica, it will be my ambition to work for a strengthened relationship between our countries and our peoples, and it is already very good. Our countries, even though geographically far apart, have many interests and also values in common. Climate change, sustainable development, and ocean issues are topics of interest and concern to us both. Norway regards small island developing states as valuable partners in addressing these global challenges. We do have an active policy to assist small island development states, and we recognize their particular vulnerability in the face of these challenges. And also the special situation you are in, as was so tragically illustrated during last year's hurricane season when Maria hit Dominica so hard. We did contribute to the humanitarian phase, and we will continue to be a partner for this country and other small island development states in times of need.
President of Dominica, His Excellency Charles Savary, noted with interest Norway's focus on oceanographic climate change and sustainable development.
Most importantly, Norway recognizes the vulnerability of small island developing states in understanding and responding to the impacts of natural phenomena, and has therefore signaled its intentions to partner with CZECH to address these global challenges.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. The Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project recommenced light detection and ranging topographic survey from November 15, 2018. Due to poor weather conditions in May 2018, only 60% of the topographic survey was completed. This aircraft will be used to complete the topographic survey, which will require low flying in order to collect data. Canadian firm MC Elhani Consulting Services was contracted by the Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project DVRP to undertake the project. Madet Langford is a measurement and evaluation specialist at the DVRP.
For the next 25 days, starting from today, the team will be trying to complete the topographic survey. We have done 60% of the island, and as Derek indicated, we will have another 40%, mainly around the Northern Forest Reserve.
LIDAR, which stands for Light Detection and Ranging, is a remote sensing method that uses light in the form of a pulsed laser to measure ranges to the Earth. This light pulses, combined with other data recorded by the airborne system, generate precise three-dimensional information about the shape of the Earth and its surface characteristics. LIDAR operator Derek Odlum spoke with GIS News at the Douglas Charles Airport last Friday.
This project is being undertaken so that we could get the elevations of the lands in the country, and whereby we could have proper planning for the entire island as it relates to development in agriculture, physical planning, housing, and fisheries, and even aviation. And one of the things that we expect coming from the data is that we will better be able to plan.
The purpose of a topographic survey is to collect survey data about the natural and man-made features of the land as well as its elevations. Donnie Bruno is a surveyor at the Lands and Surveys Department.
I'm here representing McElhaney Consulting, and I am the LiDAR operator. I operate the LiDAR system inside the aircraft that acquires 3D data. that your country needs to help for infrastructure. What we have left is Rosalie, La Plaine, Barracoa, Maho, and Penville areas. And the largest area that we need to get is the Northern Forest Reserve, which is very difficult because of the cloud. What we need is a clear day above the mountain peaks in order to get the data that is needed. And we are trying our hardest, but Mother Nature is the big boss. I've been here, I was here earlier in the year, and we were trying to get this project done. We couldn't get it done, the weather just deteriorated, so now we're back here for 25 days to try and get this.
DVRP's measurement and evaluation specialist Nadet Langford says the public can play a major role in this project.
Visit DVRP's Facebook page, and if you can, in the areas that we mentioned earlier, Penville, the Northern Forest Reserve areas, Maho, Barracoa, and that you send us photos of the skies from say 6 a.m. and throughout the day on a daily basis until say about the 11th of December. This will assist us in the team in undertaking the surveys and ascertaining whether the weather is good for flying and collecting the balance of the topographic survey. So go on to our Facebook page, Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project, and keep informed and keep us informed on what's going on with the weather.
Finally, this news time, Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau Valley constituency, Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre, has voiced his commitment to improving the lives of the residents of WOTTEN WAVEN. Honorable McIntyre delivered brief remarks at the patronal celebration of Feast of Christ the King on Sunday.
WOTTEN WAVEN is dear to my heart. A lot of you don't know that, but after Hurricane David, now Hurricane Maria, I was in charge of WOTTEN WAVEN even before getting into politics. I must say most of the older folks would know me because I happened in those days, and the siblings here, my auntie, Uncle Desmond was a chief medical officer, and I was able to get a helicopter to land on the playing field here, but a lot of medical supplies and whatnot. And I was a young guy still studying a little bit of veterinary medicine, and we were able to do some work on the people here in terms of injections and do little minor surgeries at that time. So this village has been very dear to my heart. And I must say, Mrs. Richards, with your spirit and your drive and the coordination of what we have here today, I think we can build back this community, and let's get things rolling so we can have a lovely feast.
In his homily at Sunday's celebration, Father Nigel Karam called for a more committed approach to nation building as all eyes continue to be focused on the continued global impact of climate change.
As a community, as Dominicans, as if we see weather patterns are changing, must the call to repent and to change our minds and our hearts and our actions not be equally important? To change lives, to change values, to take nation building seriously, to take preparation and living with foresight and wisdom seriously. And I'm not talking about as individuals, individual households or families, but as a community.
That's the English segment of the news. We now join Shaakira Pierre for Creole highlights.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel accueil. Moi c'est Shaakira Pierre. Il y a un complexe agriculteur à Soukat pour Guantas, et puis ça c'est si le Premier ministre, Honorable Dr. ROOSEVELT SKERRIT, et puis complexe ça là qui servi comme un outil pour transformer le secteur agricole là. Premier ministre a dit faciliter ça là qui ni place la plante qui tape toinement, et puis d'autres monde qui engagé en secteur agricole là qui aussi tape toinement en complexe ça là. Honorable SKERRIT di sake augmente l'état pour planter et puis bénéfice économie Dominique. Complexe agricole là qui bâti hod l'argent qui fait la vela par $1 million agreement technical et puis économique qui était signé entre gouvernement Dominique et puis gouvernement chinois là à le 29 octobre l'année 2018. Il était à cérémonie ça là pour le ministre là te kaba détail code complexe agricole ça là. À date nouvelle, Dominica Youth Business Trust qui joignent et puis plus qui ont 170 pays pour observer si mon entrepreneur pour l'année 2018. Si mon entrepreneur était observé à deuxième semaine en novembre et puis kakou we had le 12 novembre pour le 16 novembre en baptême là creating a resilient entrepreneurial landscape through engagement. Dominica Youth Business Trust là a été lancé en mai l'année 2004 et puis c'est une initiative Commonwealth Youth Program là et puis gouvernement Dominique et puis SIPO hod OAS là et puis Banque Caraïbe là. Depuis DYBT là en existence, 1 000 jeunes monde qui ont né business j'ai fini traitement là en bas programme ça là. Yon ces activités là qui a pour place pour semaine là, c'est un symposium pour jeunesse et puis ça c'est en collaboration et puis Dominica State College là. Aussi semaine là, yo te ni 30 jeunes monde qui reçoivent certificat yo pour traitement là yo fini par DYBT. Coordinator DYBT Carrier Remy di DYBT qui continue pour poursuivre assistance par jeunes monde qui ni business. Pour fermer semaine là, jeunes monde qui ni business taper opportunité là pour montrer public là travail là yo ni pendant yo exhibition qui prend place en bas kay gouvernement à Wozo. Exhibition ça là c'est une collaboration et puis Ministre PT Business et puis Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce. Dominic c'est bien plaisir pour recevoir le premier ambassadeur Romania pour Dominique, Her Excellency Gentiana Serbu. Her Excellency Serbu fait présentation les credentials là pour président Dominique, His Excellency Charles Savre, vendredi semaine passée. Par la présentation là, His Excellency Savre dit qu'il a gardé pour nous une bonne relation entre ces deux pays là. Président Savre parle contre l'effort la Romania a fait pour faire relation plus forte et plus CARICOM. Il aussi remercie le gouvernement Romania pour support là yo ba Dominique après cyclone Maria qui passé à celui du 18 septembre l'année passée. Her Excellency Serbu dit distance pas supposé un problème pour Dominique et puis Romania travailler ensemble pour taper bénéfice là aux relations ça là. Dominique et puis Romania établit relations diplomatiques à celui du 30 janvier l'année 2009. Et puis finalement, à ce mardi, le 3 octobre, Dominique, pour le premier temps, là, recevoir VIKING, un bateau touriste pour saison touriste là. Bateau là, c'est à Woodbridge Bay et puis c'est 1 000 passagers à ce bateau là. Il y a une cérémonie pour place à ce bateau là et puis officier gouvernement est présent pour la cérémonie ça là. Permanent Secretary of Tourism là, Karen Prévost dit Dominique bien plaisir pour le bateau là à Dominique et puis remercier tous les stakeholders pour parler jouer pour faire ça un succès. CEO d'Aspa Benoît Bad will encourager ces touristes là pour visiter ces sites là tout le pays là. Capitaine pour bateau là dit bien content pour voir comment Dominique rebâti après cyclone Maria l'année passée. Il dit ces passagers là à ce bateau là c'est bien content pour voir ça Dominique ni pour faire. Ça c'est tout pour Nouvelle à Creole. Non, moi c'est Shaakira Pierre. Au revoir.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS on facebook.com/GIS News Dominica and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Prisca Julien. Thanks for watching.